Hey guys, hope you're doing good. Today we're going to be completing my reviews of Stranger Things. I have completed season 4, so I'm going to be completing this review, completing the season, then I'm going to rank the seasons from worst to best in my opinion. Before that, just another quick notice, my review for Nope will be coming out, and then after that my new series where I just pick a random movie from this website. Got to be a good series hopefully, hope you'll really enjoy that. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into our review of Stranger Things Season 4. As always, because there's not many, I'm going to do the negatives first. The biggest flaw I have with this season was the Russia stuff with Hopper and Joyce. I really didn't like it. I really wish Hopper would have stayed dead. He had his arc in Season 3. He was great. Should have stayed dead in my opinion. I really think Joyce should have gone with people like Mike, Will and Jonathan, because that plot line is really sidelined in this season, unfortunately, where they're trying to get 11. And it's just really disappointing that, once again, people like Mike and Will and Jonathan are really underused in this season. So if we cut out all this Russia stuff, that really helps the pacing of these shows, because we're talking like an hour and a half long episodes here, and they just don't need to be if we cut out all this Russia crap. Another thing I did find, it was only something small, but at the start of the season where we see that Jonathan and Nancy are kind of wondering what's going to happen to their relationship, it's pretty much forgotten about for the rest of the season after the first 2 episodes, and then it just comes back all of a sudden in the last episode, and it just felt really out of place and really unnecessary. Like, why did we need this? Because it didn't do anything. It wasn't developed well or anything, so yeah, that was kind of out of place for me, and I really wish they just didn't add that, really. So there's a couple of elements of this season which I think they should not have added them in. Let's go on to the positives now, though. And I'll start with the biggest one, the character of Max. I think she's my favourite character in this season. I love that she is pretty much never enough the main character, main protagonist of this season, where she's been affected by the villain of Vecna, who I'll get into in a bit. But I think she's great. You can tell she feels very guilty about all the stuff with Billy, and it's really heartbreaking. But all I really wish was that it could have been set up a little more in season 3, at the end of season 3. But that's only a small nitpick. That's a flaw with that season, not this season. So, but I really liked her, and the ending was very heartbreaking and left on a really big cliffhanger for her. So we'll see what happens in the final season when that comes out. But I thought her character was great. I think she had the better development. There's a very heartbreaking scene where she's talking to Billy near his grave. It's very heartbreaking, that scene. It's easily one of my favourite scenes in the season. I mentioned the villain of Vecna. This is the best villain in the entire show by far. We have a villain that's a character. You know, you look at the villains in 1, 2 and 3, not really real characters, really. Even though I keep saying season 1's the best season, it's pretty much perfection to me. This season has a villain that's a character. Vecna has a great backstory, and the reveal in season 7 was excellently done. I really like how they give it little subtle hints with the guy in the prison telling the backstory, and you just thought, oh, it's going to be a random backstory, but it's related back to the villain. It's fantastic. I really loved the villain of this, and the climax with him was great. I think this is the best villain in the show. He has a great motivation, and it's pretty understandable as well. I also like what they did with 11 as well. I love how they try and get this plot done of her trying to get her powers back, and how she doesn't fit in, and it contributes to the overarching story of Vecna and the Upside Down. It was fantastic, well work done, and I really like the added tension of like, the military, the US Army trying to get her, trying to kill her, catch her for war. It's great. I really love what they did with her character, and I love how they put her papa into the mix as well, showing that he is probably one of the main reasons she's behind all this, and it's very well done, very well executed, and the ending was a little bit heartbreaking, I will say. Even though I did say this whole Russia stuff and the stuff with Hopper and how Hopper should have been dead, I still stand by that, but I do like the developing romance of Hopper and Joyce. I think that was set up very well in season 3, and I think it's done very well in the climax of season 4. It's brilliantly done. That's the one thing I will say about the Russia stuff and Hopper. The romance between Hopper and Joyce is done very well throughout the whole series. The horror elements as well are top notch. This is the most scariest season by far. Loads of jump scares, the atmosphere is great, Vecna is creepy as hell. I really like the final confrontation. It's very scary and it's heartbreaking to watch. Again, the fight in Russia with the Demogorgon was really well done. That was creepy. And all these Demogorgons running around the prison, killing everyone. It's creepy and scary. And the chase with Hopper with them was very well done. And you just feel this added tension. Oh, will he die? Will he not? It's fantastic. There's actually a bit more action this season as well. I think this has the most action in a single Stranger Things season. I really like the final battle between Vecna and Eleven. I really like the stuff with the Demogorgon in the prison once again. There's certain elements of the Russia plotline, as I say, that are good, but the action overall is very well done. Cinematography as well and the effects were fantastic. Yeah, there's a few clunky bits of CGI, but this is TV. It's not going to be top 10 out of 10 notch. I said this in my pro review. But I really like the effects. The Upside Down look great. As I said, there's a noticeable green screen, but for what it is, 90% of the time the effects are fantastic in this season. I just mentioned cinematography. There's some great bits of cinematography. I really like this, the way this season was shot, the way it was lit, the way the colours matched together. It was great. One character I didn't mention was Steve. One thing I really love about this show is that they take characters that are very unlikable and make them likeable. Steve was a bit of an arse in the first season, and sometimes in the second season as well. But I like how they made him likeable over the years, and you just really want him to get a girlfriend now. You don't care if it's Nancy or whoever, you just want to get a girlfriend, and I love that we're rooting for him now. And same with Robin, you really wish she gets with this girl that she likes, or any girl. You just want everyone to be happy and in love. Finally, the ending is probably my second favourite ending to a season. I still think season 3 was the best ending, but left with a fantastic cliffhanger by far. And I really like that 11 and Hopper, as I keep saying about Hopper, but I'm just going to say it, I like the reunion between them. It was very heartfelt. I like the little Easter about her, oh, she left the door 3 inches open. That was very good. I really like that. So it's very emotional when that scene happens, and the ending with the Upside Down merging was fantastic. Overall, season 4 is not the best season, and it does have a load of problems, mostly with this whole Russia crap and the wasted plot line with Mike and Will. But I still think with those problems, the positives just really outweigh it. And once again, I'm going to give this season a 9 out of 10. We've got 3 9 out of 10s. I'm going to give season 1 a 10 out of 10. I'm going to change that. This show, I've been holding this back for years. Wow. I really know what I've missed out on now. I'm so glad I watched this. I can't wait for season 5 and the finale when it comes out in a couple of years. But let's about the seasons from worst to best. Number 4 is season 2. The thing that keeps this season low down is that 7th episode. This is the worst episode in the show. This is the only major terrible episode in this show. The whole sister crap was dumb, and I'm glad they forgot about it. That's what really dragged this season down for me. And number 3, season 3. This is a great season. It introduced some likeable and new characters and develops on ones that we may have not got much development and likeness for. One thing that bogs this down is the introduction to the whole Russia stuff. Even though I do like some of the characters that they introduce, I just think this Russia stuff really bogs down this show, unfortunately. Number 2, season 4. The most recent one was great. Again, this whole Russia stuff with the plotline and Hopper. Hopper should have died, everyone. And there's a few wasted potentials, but the positives just really outweigh the negatives. And I can't give it any lower than a 9 out of 10 for me. I think this is a great season. And of course, number 1 is season 1. What is probably the perfect season to a show, in my opinion. A 10 out of 10 show. I misplaced this whole E.T. crap about how it's ripping off E.T. Because there's loads of feels like rip off E.T. and do it right. I love this season. This is 10 out of 10. Introduces great characters. And in my opinion, you could have literally ended the show at season 1. You could have left it on a cliffhanger ending. There's loads of films and shows that leave on a cliffhanger ending. Why not do it to this one? But still, not say the previous seasons are bad. I just think this is the best you're going to get. Even if season 5 is absolutely fantastic, it's not going to top this one. I love season 1. It's probably some of the best TV I've ever watched in my life. So there you go, guys. A newcomer's thoughts to Stranger Things. I've watched every single season. It's been great. I really love this show, even though it does not really hold up to the first season. But I can really see why people love this show, and I cannot wait for season 5, which comes out hopefully in 2024. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to look out for my review of Nope. I'm going to be releasing that soon. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and have a good day. See you later.